Alright, welcome back everyone here. So I just got a new order here, and as you can see it says rolling wheel stand. So this is actually the, I'll just show you which one it is. So I've been looking to pick up a wheel stand just to use it when I coat wheels. I mean, you can actually have a it's easier on the back, and as you can see, it's the Adams one. They had offered 20% off. They marked this one up. I'm gonna let you guys know that. Just rip that sucker up. This is the same one as the Max Shine one. It's just rebranded for Adams versus the Max Shine one. So this sucker is pretty heavy. Let me get this box out of the way. So the shipping weight for this one was quoted to be 28 pounds. So the benefit for me getting it from Adams, I was gonna go to their store and get it, but I was like, just order it. I didn't feel like driving to their local store over the weekend. Yeah, 20% off. It was like $150 and change. Shipped to my house, so they had free shipping if you spend over $95. So again, this is I mean, this is what it looks like. It's pretty straightforward. Here's all the directions on how to put it together, which I'll probably put together as well. Must be imported because over in Japan you read your manga left to right or right to left. So we'll just check out the quality of it and see how if it's any good. So again, here's a little metal brace on here. Pretty decent, pretty heavy duty gauge. Anodized pretty nicely, or coated. Here's a little bolt stuff on here. Here's another piece. Yeah, I'll put this together right now, and I'll show you what it looks like. So pretty high quality material on here. Here's the roller. Not bad. It's got the coating on here so your wheel can just move pretty readily, easily. So they give you 3 of those, because the third one's on the actual back support. Alright, so here's this piece. Again, you're going to get scratches from some of these the way that they're packaged. This one's got a little, so it's not the best quality, as you can see. So just keep an eye on it, that they're going to be pretty banged up from being shipped everywhere. So again, it's got some chips here, it's got some chips here in the paint. Nice scratch here on the back piece. Not the, some funky looking lines in here from the way it's painted on there. So again, not the best quality, but I mean, it's Chinese made. And we'll look at these pieces here. Okay, these pieces are made pretty decent here. So it's just this red piece that's pretty banged up from being shipped. So just keeping something to note that it's not going to look perfect. But the idea is, once you put the base on here, and when you roll your wheel here, this thing will just go with whatever's on there. So I'll just go ahead and put it together. I gotta rip this off. Let me go ahead and put it together, but I don't see any scratches in here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take some photos of the damaged areas and kind of show it to the Adams folks. I'm not going to return it. That's too much of a hassle. I don't really care if it's chipped up a little bit. Probably get chipped. I'll probably get another one and it'll be chipped. This back piece looks okay. So just gonna keep an eye on the, you know, like I said, that they have the Mac Shine one here, and the Mac Shine one has the Mac Shine written here, and it's black. But that one was always sold out, and that one was listed at 160 or 150. This one was listed at 180, but you get 20% off, and you're paying like 150. So I paid like 150 and change. So I just want to kind of show you that. Pretty heavy. Gonna keep that in mind. So you're gonna have to find a storage spot for that. So let me just go ahead and put this together. I'll take some photos of the damaged areas and kind of just show them to the Adams people, and then see what they tell me. I'm not gonna go through the hassle of returning this thing, but just a quick unboxing of that. And let me just go ahead and put it together, and I'll show you what it looks like with everything under the rollers and everything. I don't have a wheel at the moment to put on top, so let me put it together and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so you saw me opening the wheel stand. I forgot I didn't have the other light on in here. Let me just go ahead and kind of show you how the way it showed up. Again, you can see some scratches here. Again, it was probably being banged up by these little by the parts that make up the base. I just want to note that you're going to probably get those kind of issues on there. Here's a nice little ding here, so you can actually see the exposed metal underneath. All scratches along here. So those are all pretty deep. And here's another one. So it took off the red paint on here. And then if I keep scrolling up, you know, you can kind of see little defects here and there. Here's like some sort of dirt nib or whatever the heck it is. You can actually see that one. And then right here, there's a pretty nice scratch here. This one's not as deep, but you can actually you still feel it. I can feel it with my fingernail. So it's got a nice little gouge on there. So I figured I'd just bring it up close. At least the A looks pretty decent. It's got like this smudge mark here. And then if I keep kind of scrolling up, it's got this funky lines right here, right there, and then I can feel them here, and then up here. It looks like there were something was rubbing on it, you know, like maybe this roller or something, or like a paintbrush, like it was painted with a paintbrush on here. So you can actually feel all those little pieces in here. Here's another little gouge in here. This one you can actually feel it with my nail on there. So I just kind of let you know that you're probably not going to get these in perfect condition, but like I said, all these other pieces here look okay. This is what's going to make up the base. Actually, here's a chip off the coating on there. So let me just look at all these black pieces here. So yeah, there's a chip right there. That's probably what was banging around on there. This one looks okay. Let me put this out of the way. Let's look at these little ones here. Again, like there's some more chips in there. Another one there on the edges here. So these are probably the guys that were scratching up the thing. Here's another one. So these are probably what was scratching up the base down here. This one, a small little chip there. Very tiny. This one looks okay. I'm going to put the roller back in here for a second. I think these are just dirt. Yeah, they're just little dirt film on here, and these don't look that bad here or anything. Let's look at this other base piece here. Yeah, so it's got some chips here as well. Chips there along the base here, and some chips there. So and then here's another one. Look, this one's got red paint on there, so you can tell this one was rubbing against the red piece. So just keep in mind that you're probably not going to get this in the best shape when you open it, and just be prepared to see some things. Kind of reminds me of the Griot's polisher rack when I got it, with the sticker all out of whack and some scratches in there. So just going to keep that in mind. It doesn't really bother me because this thing's probably going to get dinged on its own. I actually sent photos to one of the Adams representatives, Dan Tiger. So I just forwarded him some pictures on Facebook, and just so that he's aware that there's some quality issues with it. I told him I'm not going to bother sending this or returning it. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it. I'm not asking for any return items or anything like that. So just kind of some things to note. I'm going to take some more pictures and I'm going to send him those on the base as well. Again, this just showed up on my doorstep today. Alright, so let me just put this together and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is the following day. I put it together last night. I sent photos to Dan Tiger. He's a representative of Adams, and I've known him for quite some time on the forum, and I just wanted to send him pictures of the quality of some of the chips and stuff that were coming up on the parts here, on the red piece here, and on these base pieces here. Thanks to Dan, he offered to send me a gift card to compensate me for the damage on it. I told him no need to. I just wanted to pass along some of the quality things that I saw. He told me that his piece also had chips on it. Again, these parts are being imported from China, just with the Adams logo put on there, and they're using their color scheme. So really the only thing I really did here, after there were some blemishes in here that looked kind of funky in here, so what I ended up doing is, plus I got some new pads for my Nano. So these are the Buff and Shine Eurotech. These are the yellow foam pads. These are the 1-inch vacuum plate ones. So I polished it, and you can see it pulled up a little bit of the red paint on here, but it took care of some of the blemishes that were there. And so the last thing I did, and you don't have to do this, I'm doing this because I think it looks pretty darn good, is I took some of their graphene ceramic spray coating. If I wanted something quick, I have a regular suede block here, and I just a couple squirts on there. I didn't want to get a whole applicator, microfiber applicator wet. It's a little sticky here on my things here. And then you just kind of spread it out. I've coated half of it already. I'm just going to coat this lower half just for demonstration purposes. So I've already coated the upper half. Actually coated up from up that way. So I just want to show you what that looks like. I was playing around with the UV light, but I couldn't really see the transition because there's too much ambient light coming in here, and I don't think the UV tracer portion isn't even active anymore. It's not as strong as it used to be. Maybe because I didn't shake it up well enough before I used it. So let that sit up for a little bit. I'm shaking up the bottle here, and that's probably what was going on here. Yeah. I just don't like this G-Technic trigger because it leaks all over the place. Okay, and then we'll just wipe it off. And you don't have to coat it. I just wanted to put something on it just to kind of, if I do decide to use something, a spray-on product, it's easier to clean in the future, which I don't see myself using a spray-on product when I'm using this. I'm not going to be using this when I wash the wheels. So again, I just wanted to give you a quick idea of what this thing looks like. I did measure the pieces here, the rollers here. It's like a 13-inch width here, so just going to keep that in mind if that's what you plan to do. They're set up for the angle. I think you can see the level of it here. It's got the this is the lowest setting here. They give you the directions here, which it's a pretty poor picture, really, but you can actually count where these pieces go, and I'll kind of just show you. Oh yeah, so this little guy here, these are for the feet. They have a bolt that's actually a screw. It has a Phillips head on it, and it's a washer with a little cover. The big ones take the lock washers. These were 14 millimeters. These were 10 millimeters. 10 millimeter, 14 millimeter, no S at the end. And then again, you got these on here as well. And then according to their little book here, this thing can handle 14-inch to 22-inch diameter wheels. So if you have anything bigger, I don't know. Just an idea. And then one thing to kind of note is that these little washers here, they have the little cover that this one kind of sheared off on it. I mean, it was just barely hanging on there when I even put it on. So that one went on here. So just going to keep that in mind when you get the quality of it. It's cheap Chinese materials again. So I just want to point that out. If you guys have any comments or questions, go ahead and post below. I will go ahead and show when, because I'm going to recoat my Grand Prix wheels here. Those are 18 by 8s, so I'll be showing you those on here with the rollers, and we'll see how that fits on here. The whole thing works. I'll be doing my dad's as well. His are 19 by 7.5, I believe, and then we'll coat those as well. So again, just a quick update on there. Again, thanks to Dan for responding on the quality and even offering the gift card, which I did turn down. I really don't have a need for it. I just wanted to point out some of the quality issues. And so again, if you're ordering one of these, expect some damaged areas like this. It's not Adam's fault. It's the quality control of the manufacturer that they're using. All right, so thanks for watching. Comments, questions, go ahead and post them down below.